Hello everyone, this is Chirag from Journeyfy Overseas and this video is all about IELTS assessment system, that is how exactly is your performance being assessed in the IELTS examination and how do you get the marks. But if this is your first time to our channel, please subscribe to our channel for more informative videos related to IELTS examination, Canada PR and overseas education. If you are planning to go for IELTS examination, it is very essential to understand that how exactly is the assessment being done for IELTS examination so that you know exactly what the examiner is looking for in you and how exactly you prepare for that so that you can secure more marks in IELTS examination. So let us see how exactly is the assessment being done for all the four skills, that is listening, speaking, reading and writing. Marking in IELTS examination is done in the band system, which is in the range of 0 to 9, where 0 is the lowest and 9 is the highest. And you can get band in the difference of 0.5, that means it could be 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5 and so on. Since IELTS assesses all the four skills of English, that is listening, speaking, reading and writing, there are going to be separate bands for each and every skills, and the final result of IELTS is the aggregate of all the four skills bands. This is how the result of IELTS examination looks. As you can see that there are separate bands mentioned for each and every skills, and at the end there is a final band which is the aggregate of all the four skills and it is considered as the final result of IELTS examination. In certain cases it is essential to get minimum bands in each and every skills along with the aggregate skills in order to get admission or apply for PR. So you need to focus on getting minimum bands separately for each and every skills along with the aggregate bands of IELTS examination. So let us now see how exactly these bands are calculated. The assessment system for reading and listening is very simple and exactly the same. Since there are 40 questions in listening and reading, you get 1 mark for every correct answer, and for incorrect answers there is no negative marking. So out of 40 questions, if your 39 or 40 answers are correct, you get 39 or 40 marks, which is equal to full 9 bands. If you get 37 or 38 marks, you get 8.5 bands. You get 35 to 36 correct marks, you get 8 bands and so on. So this is how exactly bands are converted in reading and listening. Now let us see how exactly is the assessment being done for writing and speaking. Since there are no questions in writing and speaking, the assessment is done in a little different way. Let us first see the assessment system for writing examination. In case of IELTS writing examination, the assessment is being done on the basis of 4 aspects, that is task achievement and task response, coherence and cohesion, grammar range and accuracy, and lexical resources. Let us see each of these one by one. First is task achievement and task response, which simply means how accurately you are performing the task within the given time. In case of academic writing task 1, you need to analyze the given image. So here, how accurately and logically you are summarizing the given image with proper trends, data, analysis and statistics is what is considered in task achievement. And in case of IELTS general writing task 1, you need to write a letter. So here it depends on how organized your letter is. Have you answered all the concern required in this letter? How is the tone and intention of the language, whether it is formal, semi-formal or informal, based on the given topic? So this is what is considered as task achievement in case of general writing task 1. In case of IELTS writing task 2, you need to write an essay. So in case of essay, how organized your essay is? Does it cover all the required points based on the given topic? Are there proper illustration, examples, proper points, proper bullet, proper paragraphs in your essay? Is what is defined in task achievement and task response. So in short, task achievement and task response means how properly organized and how accurate your content is based on the given topic. Next is coherence and cohesion. Coherence means how organized your content is. Have you mentioned all the points in a right flow in logical sequencing? Are there proper paragraphs for each and every point that you try to convey? Does each and every paragraph have unique meaning with proper beginning and ending? Does your content have proper introduction with the point that you try to convey, body part and conclusion? How much repetition is there? All these aspects are considered when it comes to coherence. Next is cohesion. Cohesion means how exactly you connect the different idea in different paragraphs logically using the right connecting words. You should always use connecting words like however, moreover, secondly, for instance, for example, what I try to say is, what I try to convey is, or any such word that can connect the next paragraph with the previous paragraph so that reader can clearly understand the point you try to convey and the relation between the text and related and contrasting idea that you try to express. Next is grammar range and accuracy. So whatever content you write must have proper grammar. That means the right sentence structure, proper tenses, active passive voices, comparative and superlative degrees, noun, pronoun, verb, adverbs, proper usage of prepositions, articles, punctuations. In short, all the aspects of grammar are properly used in a way that your entire content is grammatically correct. Number of grammatical mistakes will lead to deduction in your bands in case of writing. So make sure to write your content with proper grammar. And the last is lexical resources, which means vocabulary and spelling. Guys, try to use correct spellings for each and every word that you use in your content, and try to use some new, different, unusual words in order for the content to look much mature and better. Try to replace some commonly used words with some unusual synonyms, like for example, rather than saying stop, you can say prevent. Rather than saying there are so many, you can say various. There are many such examples for some commonly used words which can easily be replaced by such synonyms, so that your content can look much better and does not sound monotonous. Guys, in upcoming videos we'll definitely cover in depth about all these aspects, how exactly you can improve yourself in all the 4 aspects, and how you can secure more and more bands in writing examination. Speaking assessment is also very much similar to writing assessment. In case of speaking assessment, there are 4 aspects on which the entire assessment is being done. First is fluency and coherence. Second is lexical resources. Third is grammar range and accuracy. And fourth is pronunciation. Let us see all of these one by one. Fluency and coherence means how fluently and how flawlessly you can represent your ideas while speaking. So whatever topic is given to you, whatever you talk on the topic, is that really relevant to that topic? Is your content really organized in the right flow with proper connecting word which clearly represents that idea you try to convey? How much detail you can speak on the given topic within the given time with the right usage of word, with proper linking word, and in a proper logical sequencing. Next is grammar range and accuracy, which means whatever you speak must have proper grammar. When I say proper grammar, again it means proper sentence structure, tenses, verb, noun, pronoun, adjective, adverbs, comparative and superlative degrees, your active and passive voices, and right usage of article, preposition, conditionals, modal verb. In short, each and every aspects of grammar must be in place in whatever content you speak. So whatever grammatical mistakes you do in speaking will lead to deduction of your overall bands. So try to use proper grammar while speaking on the given topic. Next is lexical resources, which means again vocabulary. Guys, whatever you speak, try to use some good words so that your vocabulary can look good. Try to use some complex words. Try to replace certain common words with their unusual synonyms. Instead of using the same word, try to use their synonym every time. So every time for one word you're using some different words. That is how you're using more words, and also you're not letting your content sound monotonous. Last is pronunciation. That is how naturally you sound in English. It is the way you pronounce each and every word with clarity, right accent, and proper diction. Usage of proper stress, pause with proper usage of intonation and voice modulation. Guys, remember 2 things in case of pronunciation. Try to speak without mother tongue influence. Most of people in India have a problem of mother tongue influence, that is influence of the local language on English. So the way they speak English sounds as the local language. So practice and try to overcome the mother tongue influence. And second most important thing, never ever fake the accent. Yes guys, I have seen many people faking the accent. When I say faking the accent, they try to speak like Americans or Brit, but actually they don't know the right method of using that accent. They feel that they sound like Americans, they feel that they're using proper accent, but actually they fake the accent. And when you fake the accent, it sounds very bad and it leads to deduction in mark. So never ever fake the accent that you don't know. No need to speak US accent or UK accent or any particular accent. Try to speak neutral, try to speak natural, try to overcome your mother tongue influence as much as you can. We'll definitely come up with more advanced videos on all these aspects so that you can learn more about these aspects and improve yourself in a way that you can secure maximum bands in IELTS speaking examination. So that was all about IELTS examination assessment system, guys. Hope you liked the video. Please share all your comment, feedback, suggestions and questions in the comment section. And please do subscribe to our channel for more informative videos related to IELTS examination, Canada PR and overseas education.